15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2018.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross of
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikule Amosu.
This is Celebration Television News Desk. I am James Comfort, and thank you so very much for joining us. Quickly look at the news making the rounds for today. From the local scene, Greater Works 2020 kickstarts as Apostle Suleiman arrives Oakland, California. From the foreign scene, Australia fires how the world has responded to the crisis. On business, stock investors gain 720 billion naira in 8 days, and on sports, Maine Ushola win CAF's Best Players Awards. Stay with us. We'll bring you the details of the news just right after this time out. Welcome back. Now, news in details. From the local scene, Greater Works 2020 kickstarts as Apostle Suleiman arrives Oakland, California. Excitement heralds as the Restoration Apostle Johnson Suleiman arrived at the International Airport in Oakland, California on the 6th of January 2020 as he took to his Twitter page, "Good to be in Oakland, California, USA. Greater glory, greater works." He was warmly received by a drumming crowd comprising of pastors amongst others. The citizens are elated by what God is about to do in their nation through the Restoration Apostle. The people of California certainly has a lot to look forward to, going by the track record of the Restoration mandate impacting nations around the world. They also expressed their joy believing with this very first historic visit of the decade and having them as the first point of call for Greater Works Crusade, their lives will never remain the same again. Moving forward, still from the local scene, Sanwo-Olu empowers women artisans. The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, on Tuesday empowered over 1,050 vulnerable women and artisans in the state. The governor said the initiative was in line with the foundational ideology of the All Progressives Congress, adding that it would boost the economy of the most vulnerable in the society. He said one of the key functions of government is to bring the greatest good to the greatest number of people. Living in poverty or on the edge of poverty is akin to being submerged in water, struggling to stay afloat. Poverty alleviation seeks to ensure that every person in the water is helped onto a boat where they can then get a chance to take charge of their lives and their journeys henceforth. Today, over 1,050 Lagosians made up of vulnerable women, indigent residents, as well as graduates of skill acquisition centers will be receiving requisite support to lift them out of poverty and set them firmly on the journey to financial and economic independence. The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Cecilia Dada, was quoted to have said at the event that women form the backbone of the state economy. More from the local scene. TUC for crucial meeting over minimum wage. Leaders of the Trade Union Congress are expected to meet with state councils in Lagos on Wednesday and Thursday to review the minimum wage compliance in the states. On Tuesday, the Nigerian Labour Congress met for several hours in Abuja, where they analyzed the reports of the minimum wage compliance. The new wage structure was signed into law by President Muhammadu Buhari on April 18, 2019, while both the federal government and organized labor agreed on consequential adjustments on October 18, 2019, after negotiations. After the agreement between the federal government and labor, negotiations shifted to states, with the NLC directing each state leaders to commence negotiations with their governors. The body said negotiations must be completed on December 31, 2019. It was, however, reported on Friday that no fewer than 15 states had yet to conclude negotiations on the 30,000 naira new minimum wage 2 days after the expiration of the deadline, which Labour gave governors to sign agreements with their workers. On Thursday, Labour directed its state councils to complete all negotiations before its meeting in January. It also soft-pedaled on sanctions against states that failed to meet the deadline. In an exclusive interview on Monday, the national chairman of the Joint Negotiating Council, Abu Rafiu Adeniji, said state governments had had enough time and that Labour would soon meet to review their compliance level. Also on Monday, the NLC president Ayuba Waba said that only 10 states had completed negotiations over the new wage structure. Now coming up next is news from the foreign scene. Do well to stay with us.
I want to say thank you to all my partners, everyone who's offered support. You prayed for us, you've sown seeds, you've spoken words into our outreach, you've attended everywhere around the nations of the world. Paul said in Philippians 4 verse 17, he said, not that I desired anything, but I desire that fruit may abound to your account. Anything you do for God is a seed that when it's sown will yield dividends over time. 2019 has been glorious. It has been open heavens all around different parts of the world as we traveled and journeyed to preach the gospel of the Lord Jesus. Thank you for being a partner. Thank you for being one of those who's holding our right and left hand to see that the gospel is preached. I speak grace over your life, and I decree that the God of peace will bruise Satan under your feet shortly. I commend you to God and the word of his grace, and I pray God keep you and give you an inheritance among them that are sanctified. Thank you, my partners. God bless you.
Welcome back, and it's foreign news now. Australia fires how the world has responded to the crisis. The world has watched with horror as bushfires have torn across Australia, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. People in Australia and abroad, including politicians and celebrities, have been eager to find ways to offer assistance and support. But authorities have warned that some kinds of help can actually be a hindrance and overwhelm fire-affected communities. Here are some of the ways that the world has responded to Australia's bushfire crisis and what help those responding to the crisis say is needed. Many people have made financial donations to help with the response to the crisis. One fundraiser for fire services in New South Wales, launched by Australian comedian Celeste Barber, raised more than 20 million Australian dollars in just 48 hours. It's now topped $30 million with donations from more than 1.1 million people. Big businesses in Australia has also pledged significant contributions. Some of the biggest sums offered to the relief efforts have come from celebrities. US singer Pink, Australian pop singer Kylie Minogue, Oscar-winning actress Nicole Kidman, British singer Elton John, and Australian actor Chris Hemsworth are among those to make major donations. Others have taken a more usual approach. Australian cricket great Shane Warne was set to raise more than 300,000 Australian dollars for the Australian Red Cross Disaster Relief and Recovery Fund by auctioning off his prized baggy green test cap. British actress Phoebe Waller-Bridge, meanwhile, said she would auction off the suit she wore to the Golden Globes to raise money for relief efforts. Australian tennis player Nick Kyrgios, known for his powerful serve, said he will donate 200 Australian dollars for every ace he hit at every tournament he entered in January. He wasn't the only tennis player to chip in. Ashley Barty, the Australian world #1, said she would donate all her prize money from the Brisbane International, which offers a pot of nearly 1.5 million Australian dollars. Maria Sharapova said on Twitter she would donate 25,000 Australian dollars, and Novak Djokovic said he would match the pledge also. Now still from the foreign scene, from the Iran attack, U.S. troops targeted with ballistic missiles. Two air bases housing U.S. troops in Iraq have been hit by more than a dozen ballistic missiles, according to the U.S. Department of Defense. Iranian state TV says the attack is a retaliation after the country's top commander, Qasem Soleimani, was killed in a drone strike in Baghdad on the orders of U.S. President Donald Trump. The Pentagon says two sites were attacked in Erbil and Al-Assad. It is unclear if there have been any casualties, however. The president has been briefed and is monitoring the situation closely and consulting with his national security team, White House spokeswoman Stephanie Grisham said in a statement. Iran's Revolutionary Guard said the attack was in retaliation for the death of Soleimani on Friday. We are warning all American allies who gave their bases to its terrorist army that any territory that is the starting point of aggressive acts against Iran will be targeted, it said via a statement carried by Iran's state-run news agency. Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif later issued a statement on Twitter claiming the attack was self-defense and denied seeking to escalate the situation into war. President Donald Trump, however, tweeted shortly afterwards insisting all is well, while adding that they had not yet assessed possible casualties. And up next is from the world of business. We'll be back with the details.
Shout glory! Be the first to contact.
What a good news we have to share. This is our first invasion of the year.
Yes, the very first.
Do you live in Las Vegas? Do you live in Los Angeles? Join me as I come to California. I will be ministering God's word in Oakland.
Nobody gets victory when peace is out of place.
Date 7 and 8 January 2020. Live at San Francisco Bay Area Hilton Hotels and Resorts, 1 Hengebanger Road, Oakland, CA 94621. Time 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. GMT-A. For inquiries, please call +1 707 333 7575.
Be my guest for a mighty Greater Works Crusade in California. I'll see you in Oakland.
Welcome back, and it's business news now. Stock investors gained 720 billion naira in 8 days. Equity investors have counted gains totaling 720 billion naira as the stock market extended its gaining streak to the 8th consecutive day. The market capitalization of equities rose to 13.316 trillion naira at the end of trading on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange on Tuesday from 12.596 trillion naira on December 24th, 2019. In the last trading days in the year 2019, the markets gained 362 billion naira and a further 358 billion naira in the first 4 days of 2020. At the end of trading on Tuesday, the equity market sustained its bullish trend following price appreciation in Dangote Cement PLC, Zenith Bank PLC, and Access Bank PLC, which pulled the all-share index up to 0.90% to close at 27,586.93 basis points. Activity level was mixed as volume traded fell by 14.2% to 446.383 million units, while value traded increased by 8.8% to 5.820 billion naira. Performance across sectors was largely bullish as all indices except the AFRCT indices lost to sell-offs in MTN Nigeria Communications PLC and Fort Oil PLC. Analysts at Afrinverse Securities Limited said, following the recent trend in the markets, they maintained a bullish outlook on the market this week. Still on business, CES 2020, Sony announces electric car concept. Electronics giant Sony has surprised attendees of the CES Tech Show by unveiling an electric car dubbed the Vision S. The vehicle is a prototype designed to show off the firm's sensors and in-car entertainment technologies. The dashboard is flanked by an ultra-wide panoramic scene for driving information and entertainment. However, Sony did not indicate that it had any plans to sell the car to the public. We will accelerate our efforts to contribute to the future of mobility, said Sony's chief executive Kenichiro Yoshida as he revealed the surprise. Bob O'Donnell from Tech Analysis Research was at the press event. Among the internal features of the car is sensing technology that can detect occupants of the vehicle and recognize them in order to allow for gesture control of the entertainment systems. In total, Sony has included 33 sensors in the Vision S prototype. The Japanese firm is known to have developed powerful image sensors that can be used to analyze the road in front of a vehicle. News from the world of sports is up next. Mane Oshoala win CAF's Best Players Awards. We'll be back with the details of the news after this break.
Shout glory! Be the first to contact.
What a good news we have to share. This is our first invasion of the year.
Yes, the very first.
Do you live in Las Vegas? Do you live in Los Angeles? Join me as I come to California. I will be ministering God's word in Oakland.
Nobody gets victory when peace is out of place.
Date 7 and 8 January 2020. Live at San Francisco Bay Area Hilton Hotels and Resorts, 1 Hengebanga Road, Oakland, CA 94621. Time 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. GMT-A. For inquiries, please call +1 707 333 7575.
Be my guest for a mighty Greater Works Crusade in California. I'll see you in Oakland.
Welcome back. Now is news from the world of sports. Liverpool and Senegal forward Sadio Mane has won the 2019 African Player of the Year award, defeating clubmate and Egypt's Mohamed Salah and Manchester City and Algeria's Riyad Mahrez. The event was held at the Albatross Citadel Shah Hashish, Hurghada, Egypt on Tuesday. Mane had an eventful 2019 with Liverpool winning the UEFA Champions League and coming second behind City in the English Premier League. He was also part of the Senegalese team which lost the final of the 2019 Africa Cup of the Nations in Egypt, 1-0 to Algeria. He plays fourth in the 2019 Ballon d'Or behind Lionel Messi, Jules van Dijk and Cristiano Ronaldo. Super Falcons captain Asisat Oshoala won the Women's Player of the Year award for a record fourth time, equaling compatriot Perpetua Nwocha's record. She overcame strong competition from Cameroon's Adjara Unchaud and South Africa's Thembi Catalana to win the award. Oshoala had earlier claimed the award in 2014, 16 and 17 respectively. Other award winners are Algeria's AFCON winning coach Jamel Belmadi, who was crowned Men's African Coach of the Year, South Africa's Women's National Team coach Desiree Ellis, who won the Women's African Coach of the Year, and Youssef Belali, who was named the African Interclubs Player of the Year award. Algeria were named the African Men's Team of the Year, while Cameroon won the Women's National Team of the Year award. Mahrez's injury time winner against Nigeria in the semi-final of the 2019 AFCON was adjudged the best goal in the continent in 2019. 2019 AFCON host Egypt were named winners of the Federation of the Year award, while TP Mazembe's Moise Katumbi won the African Club President of the Year award. Still from the world of sports, I want to be in World's Top 50, says Omotayo. Nigerian table tennis star Olajide Omotayo has stated his desire to break into the top 50 ranked players in the world in 2020. In an interview with our correspondent, Omotayo said he wants to build on his achievements in 2019, which he described as his best year ever by gaining more grounds. Omotayo surpassed all expectations by winning the gold medal at the Africa Games in Rabat, Morocco, defeating 3 former champions Shegu Toriola, Ahmed Saleh and Quadri Aruna on his way to clinching the title. He also spoke about his desire to represent Nigeria at more tournaments and bring back home more laurels. 2019 was a breakthrough year for me, and I want to thank the Nigerian Table Tennis Federation for always being there for me, supporting me and my family, Omotayo said. He said it was really a big one for him, and he is really happy and proud of himself. This year is the Olympic season, and I will be happy if I can qualify for the Olympics and make Nigeria proud in Japan, he added. The qualification tournament for the Olympics will hold in Porto, Portugal from January 22nd to 26th. Finally, from the world of sports and on News Desk, Super Cup, we are not here for a walk, says Zidane. Real Madrid coach Zinedine Zidane said his team is solely focused on lifting the Spanish Super Cup trophy ahead of this week's revamped four-team competition taking place in Saudi Arabia. "We are not coming here for a walk," Zidane said at a news conference on Tuesday on the eve of his team's semi-final against Copa del Rey holders Valencia in Jeddah. Real and Valencia will be joined by Barcelona and Atletico Madrid in Saudi Arabia amid controversy over a tournament held far from home in a country long condemned for its record on human rights. Spanish media reported only 9% of the 12,000 tickets set aside for the four competing clubs had been purchased. However, the three fixtures at the 62,000 capacity King Abdullah Stadium are expected to be sold out. Barcelona play Atletico on Thursday, with the winners of the two semi-finals to meet Sunday in the final. Real will be without the injured Eden Hazard, while neither Karim Benzema, their top scorer, nor Gareth Bale have made the trip due to fitness problems. There are no favourites. The four teams which are here are the four favourites to win it, said Zidane. Luka Jovic has scored just once for Real since his move from Eintracht Frankfurt in July, but the Serbian forward is set to lead the attack in the absence of Benzema. And that's the size of the news for today from Celebration Television News Desk. But just in case you missed out, here is a recap of the headlines. From the local scene, Greater Works 2020, exclusive arrival of Apostle Suleiman in Oakland, California. From the foreign scene, Australia fires, how the world has responded to the crisis. On business, stock investors gain 720 billion naira in 8 days. And on sports, Mane Ushola win CAF's Best Players Awards. And don't forget, you can always follow us on our social media platforms to be kept abreast of all the news as they unfold and other updates. On Facebook, it is Celebration TV. On Instagram, My Celebration TV. On Twitter, at My Celebration TV. And on YouTube, www.youtube.com/Celebration TV. I am Comfort James, and thank you so very much for joining us.
Amounted to 15.7 trillion naira by the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offence.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun